Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have for you one of the easiest methods on installing the SD2VITA adapter on your PS Vita console. And you must be running on custom firmware in order for this to work, obviously. And today I'll be using a 256GB card. For the most part, this guide is going to be for the PS Vita 2000 users. And for the 1000 users, it's going to be a little bit similar, but there is a step in this guide where it gets a little confusing with trying to configure the different pathways for our adapter with the plugin. So I just want to make sure that this video is specifically for the Vita 2000, and we'll have another one where we talk about in more detail of the PS Vita 1000. A few things you will need is a USB dongle, and I like to use this one here. It works good and it's fairly cheap on Amazon. I'll have that link in the description down below for you. And this just allows us to format our SD card if you don't have an SD card adapter or whatever. That way, if you don't have an adapter installed on your laptop or your computer, you can buy one of these and format your card that easy. Next, you'll need the micro SD PSV adapter. And I will have some custom made adapters here pretty soon. So be on the lookout, and I'll have that special link pinned in the comment section. Hopefully within the month or two of making this video, we'll have that link ready. And you want to make sure that they are the version 5. If you have anything lower, you will come across a lot of issues where it just corrupts your files, or it just doesn't even work at all, where you put in the SD card and you're unable to even see any of the files on your SD card. So just make sure that you do purchase the version 0.5, and I will have a Amazon link down in the description below, and also a link to my store where you can pick up a custom made adapter that will work no problem. So let's go to our desktop, and we're going to be downloading a few things. And what we want to do next is grab our dongle and our SD card and insert this into our PC. Moving on to formatting our SD card correctly, and here is our USB drive. Let's open that up. Properties, and I have 238GB. Perfect. So now we will right click this and we will quick format this to, let's restore to default settings. And my computer's lagging here a little bit, so let's just hit OK. Head on over to codedunut.com. and we will use this site to download a couple things, and we will download the zzblank.img file, and this will take us to Google Drive, and we could just hit download, and there is our zzblank.image file. Perfect. Let's go back, and we will download the Win32 disk imager. So let's just download that. There we go. Let's show in our folder. Or go into your downloads. Perfect. And let's run this application here. So we'll install this. And we just have to go through the entire process of installing this. Create desktop shortcut, install. Fairly easy. And it just popped up on my other window here. Very good. And this is fairly easy to use. Let's close that. And here we have our image file, and we have our device, our hash none, read only allocated partition. So what we want to do is select our H drive. There it is. And we want to find that ZZ blank image. Perfect. Let's open that up. And we want to write data from image file to device. So writing to a physical device can corrupt the device. Target device H. Are you sure you want to continue? Hit yes. Write successful. Perfect. Now what we want to do next is to take our SD card back out and reinsert it back into our computer. And now it says you need to format the disk in drive H before you use it. You want to format it. Hit format disk. And here we want to make sure that we restore device defaults. And volume label, leave it blank. Quick format, start, hit OK, and we're good to go. Nice. So now our SD card is ready to go. Awesome. Next up, we will need an FTP client installed on our computer. You can either use FileZilla or some other application that allows you to transfer files through the network. And we'll have FileZilla all set, so you can just download, and make sure to either download the 64-bit or 32-bit depending on what type of OS you're running on your PC. So let's open up FileZilla here, get this ready, and we're going to head on over to our Vita. We're going to go to our Vita shell. There we go. And we want to run our FTP, so press start, go down to the select button, and we want to change that to FTP. Go back to start, press select, and now our FTP server is running, and we want to type in that FTP address into our FTP client, and the port number, which is the last 4 digits there, the 1337. So back on our desktop, our host FTP 10.0 or point dot whatever dot 0.206. So here's my address, 10.0.0.206. And we don't need a username or password. Our port is 1337. Quick connect. And now we'll have this window pop up. And we just want to hit OK. And now all of our folders showed up. Perfect. And what we want to do is copy our UXO folder to our computer. And what we're going to be doing is copying all of those files from the UXO folder and move them to our SD card. And we want to back them up on our PC just in case something happens to our Vita where, I don't know, you have to reinstall these folders again. So we just want to back up all those files and make sure we have them safe on our PC. And the way this works is on this side of the window, we have to select, whoops, looks like we have an update. We have to select a location to download this folder. So I'm going to select the desktop, and now it's going to bring me to the desktop and all the different items available, and go on this side, right click on the UXO and hit download. And you want to make sure that your PS Vita is running and you don't want it to turn off or anything or close out the FTP client. And the cool thing about this application that it shows us all of our successful transfers and our failed transfers. So the most important thing about this copy or download is that we don't see a single failed transfer. Everything has to copy over correctly, or else we're going to have to redo it again. And just make sure our Vita is being connected through the network. So the way the FTP client works, and I forgot to mention this before, is that it has to be on the same network. Whatever internet connection your PC is on, your Vita must be on that same network. And hopefully you do have Wi-Fi connection to connect your Vita to that, and you're not using like your phone or something, because you can't really connect your phone through Ethernet port if you don't have the Wi-Fi connection or set up on your PC. So one way to have the Wi-Fi connection, if you have a PC that doesn't have that, you can buy Dongle, which I'll have a link in the description for you, from Amazon, that allows you to have your PC run Wi-Fi no problem, and it works really good. So this will take some time, and that's a good thing. We want to make sure that it takes as much time as it needs to copy all these important files. It's very critical that we get every single file, so that way our SD card will be read no problem when we install the plugin onto our console. And at the bottom we have queued files, 40, 30, it's going down, perfect. And we are now going to finish. So it copied over 337 files so far. and it's finishing up here. So 338 successful transfers with 0 fails. That is awesome. And on our desktop, we now have that folder, the UXO folder. Awesome. Open that up, and here's all of our files that are on my Vita, which is great. So now we're going to open up our SD card. Let's open up our USB drive, open up into new window. And here we're going to copy everything within the UXO folder and move them over to the USB drive, just like that. And now we're getting our SD card all set up. Now we have replace the files in destination, replace or skip files. We want to replace files in this destination. Close that out, and we are good to go. Now, what we want to do is download the Auto Plugins 2. And I believe this is Auto Plugins 1. Let me find the other Auto Plugins. We're going to be downloading Auto Plugins 2. So I have this link in the description down below for you. Auto Plugins 2 version 1.10. And this was last released or last updated not too long ago, yesterday. So hit download and it will begin downloading the VPK. Perfect, showing our folder. Showing our folder again, there we go. And since we already have our FTP client running already, we're going to be moving this into our UXO folder or wherever you have your VPKs installed. Let's go to UXO, and I have a VPK folder here ready to go, so I'm going to add that into there. And it says starting upload, and it says directory listing of UXO successful. So you'll have the successful transfer down here. There it is, brewology.com.vpk. Perfect. No failed transfers. Now we can exit out of here. You could just hit the X button and we go back on our Vita and we hit the cancel button. And now we're going to go to our VPK folder under UXO. Sorry if it's a little hard to see. And there is our auto plugin. So hit yes, open that up, hit yes, and you'll be prompted another window. Just hit yes again, and it will install the application. Very good. This will take some time. And this application is awesome because you don't have to download any plugins. You can just directly download and install through this app onto your Vita as long as you have the Wi-Fi connection enabled, and this is just a beautiful thing. Okay, it's all finished. Let's go back home and make sure it is installed. There it is, Auto Plugins 2 with the puzzle pieces. Very good. We're going to return back to Vita Shell, and we have to move and copy a folder over into another directory. So we're going to go into our UXO folder here. And we want to find our Thai folder. There it is. Let's press triangle and let's copy that. Hit OK. And now let's go back. We're now moving to our URO folder. And we want to press triangle and we want to paste. And there it is. Now everything that was in the other folder is now merged into this folder. So let's go back to our UXO folder right there, and we are going to delete that Thai folder. This is very important that we do that. So triangle and delete. Hit yes. Perfect. Alrighty, we're all set here, so let's go back home. Let's close out Vita Shell. Now it's time to install our SD adapter. So let's insert our SD card like that. Good. Let's throw that in here. Perfect. Now let's go into Auto Plugins 2 to run that application. And we will go to our Vita plugins. And we will go down to Install Plugin for SD2VITA. And it says to install Storage Manager plugin, your SD2VITA must be ready. So we already have all the files we need on our SD card, and we have the adapter installed, ready to go. So let's proceed with the installation. Alright, so it's now installed. Here we have to configure our Storage Manager plugin for the SD2VITA. So the first line is our official memory card. So this is what we're going to be using if we have a memory card. So I don't have one. I'm just going to leave that as none. And you can always come back and reconfigure this if you do get one. And you would have to configure it to MCO right there. And moving down to internal memory for the Vita 2K. And we will mount this to our MCO, which is the internal memory of the Vita on Vita 2K. And the GCD is our SD2VITA, and we will mount this to the UXO. And now we can press the triangle to save. And the UMA is only for the Vita 3G, so there's no worries there. You don't have to worry about that at all. So let's hit OK. And now our device should reboot. Hit OK. And you should see the orange LED right here light up as you're booting up. There we go. And it should continue to flash. If it stops, then something is wrong. It should continue to flash as you're going into your home screen. So let's take a look at what we got here, and there it is. Our SD2VITA is now working, and I have tested this a lot of times, hundreds of times, not hundreds, but many times, where I was just very unsuccessful, and we finally figured it out here. And let's go to our settings, or let's just go into Vita Shell. From there you can see how much storage we have in our UXO folder, which should be 256 gigabytes. And there it is. Our UXO is at 238 gigabytes right there. Very nice. And another spot to check too is your settings. You go into settings and you go into system information, and you can see your storage. Let's go into system, and I don't have that plugin, so there is our capacity. Beautiful, 238. Very nice. So I hope this video was somewhat helpful to you. I know a lot of you were stuck on the SD2VITA adapter with the PS Vita 2000. So it's very critical that you follow each step and make sure to format your SD card with that image file, because that's very, very important. If you don't do that, you will come across issues where you put in the SD card with all the files, even though you formatted it normally, and it's just not going to read anything, and you won't even see your homebrew apps and all that good stuff. So yeah, that touchscreen it's getting really hot in here with all these damn lights and everything. So, and that is it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Any questions, comment down below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoy my content, please hit that subscription button here on my face and that notification bell so you don't miss a video in the future. And if you're looking for PSP content, I have that playlist right here for you, and PS Vita content right down below, that full playlist. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.